Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201, and on today, we're going to talk about the third attempted assassination of President Donald Trump during the White House Correspondents Association dinner. And before we get into the we have to say alleged legally, the whole bunch of things, just like you have to say alleged with Luigi Mangione and alleged with the person accused of killing Charlie Kirk. Um, I gotta say, hearing from knowing people who, like, went to the dinner and how security was at this event, I find is fucking insane because let me tell you something, I go to fancy events like this, obviously not with the President of the United States, but I get invited to the Emmys, I get invited to award shows, I get invited to upfronts. They're all these high VIP style events, right? And it's not just the actual, like, in physical invite, it is the pre-screen list of who is supposed to be at these events, where you have to show an ID that matches, the QR code, and usually, like, the Emmys is you have to show your television Academy card as well, SAG, you show your SAG card, you get it? All these types of things. This is okay? At all of them. I don't know if you've seen, like, the security that happened at the Grammys this year because the Grammys happened, I think, the same day as Trump decided to bomb Iran or whatever, right? I find it crazy that there was no interior security at the White House because usually at these events, right, you buy up the hotel the week before and the day after so no one else is allowed into the event. This is what is happening with the Taylor Swift wedding, for example. The entire thing has been bought out for a month, so no one else is allowed to get in. I gotta say that. 2, um, can we give a round of applause? I wanna say there are 2 women who had, I think, the most amazing dresses, and I think they deserve all the awards and, like, Getty Image photos. I gotta say Caitlin Collins's dress, she looked fucking amazing in that pink dress, and Olivia Reingold of, like, I guess, Free Press CBS also looked fucking amazing, and Katie Tur looked good. So the 3 of them looked fucking amazing in their, dresses, and it's a shame they didn't get to, get blackout drunk in them and all the other things. Okay. Also, I was like, thinking everybody was at parties. I think I saw on the grinder party photos, right? I think I saw like Lydia Monahan also looked hot in some like white dress. Listen, I will always support hot white women because I am a fuck boy first and foremost. But let's get into the manifesto. I'm gonna read the entire manifesto that apparently was sent in an email and text to everybody 10 minutes before he, as the CCTV footage shows, ran down, which boy, listen, it is probably true. America should have like a ballroom for super fancy state events and not in the fucking Hilton hotel. I gotta say that. This just it kind of makes sense. So JVL must be real mad that like I guess the ballroom is staying. Whatever. Anyway, here is the entire manifesto from Cole Allen, alleged. You gotta say alleged, sole purposes. Okay. Accused White House Correspondents' Dinner gunman Cole Allen sent a sprawling, crazed manifesto to family members 10 minutes before Saturday's attacks, sources told the New York Post. In his 1,052-word missive obtained by the Post Sunday morning, signed Cole, quotation marks, Cole Force, friendly federal assassin Allen, and outlined his rules of engagement for the shooting and stated he believed it was righteous duty to target administration officials. Here is Cole Allen's manifesto in full. Hello, everybody. So, I may have been giving a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I abused. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for quote unquote most wanted. Okay, it says, I apologize to all people. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I probably most certainly do need to go to the ER, but I hardly can call that not a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all the people I traveled next to, all the workers who handled my luggage, and all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger by being near. I apologize to everyone who was abused and or murdered before this, and to all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, regardless of my success or failure. I don't expect forgiveness, but if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. On to why I did any of this. I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflect on me, and I am no longer willing to permit. a pedophile, rapist, and a traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. Well, to be completely honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is my first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. While I'm discussing this, I'll also go over my expected rules of engagement, probably in terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targeted prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Secret Service, they are targets only if necessary and to be incapacitated, but non-lethally if possible. AKA, I hope they're wearing body armor because center mass with shotguns messes up people who aren't. Hotel security, not targets, if at all possible. AKA unless they shoot at me. Capitol Police, same as hotel security. National Guard, same as hotel security. Hotel employees, not targets at all. Guests, not targets at all. In order to minimize casualties, I will be using buckshot rather than slugs, less penetration through walls. I will still go through most everyone here to get to targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people choose to attend this speech by a pedophile, rapist, and traitor and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that. Rebuttals to objection. Objection 1. As a Christian, you should turn the other cheek. Rebuttal. Turning the other cheek is when you yourselves are oppressed. I'm not the person raped in a detention camp. I'm not the fisherman executed without trial. I'm not a school kid blown up or a child starved or a teenage girl abused by many criminals in this administration. Turning the other cheek when someone else is oppressed is not Christian behavior. It is complicity in the oppressor's crime. Objection 2. This is not a convenient time for you to do this. Rebuttal. I knew whoever thinks this way to take a couple minutes and realize that the world isn't about them. Do you think that when I see someone raped or murdered or abused, I should walk on by because it would be inconvenient for people who aren't a victim? This was the best timing and chance of success I could come up with. Objection 3. You don't get them all. You didn't get them all. Rebuttal. Gotta start somewhere. Objection 4. As a half black, half white person, you shouldn't be the one doing this. Rebuttal. I don't see anyone else picking up the slack. Objection 5. Yield unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Rebuttal. The United States of America are ruled by law, not by any one or several people. Insofar as representatives and judges do not follow the law, no one is required to yield them anything to do unlawfully ordered. I would also like to extend my appreciation to a great many people since I will likely not be able to talk with them again unless the Secret Service is astonishingly incompetent. Thank you to my family, both personal and church, for your love over these 31 years. Thank you to my friends for your companionship over many years. Thank you to my colleagues over many jobs for your positive and professionalism. Thank you to my students for your enthusiasm and love of learning. Thank you to my many acquaintances I've met in person and online for short interactions and long-term relationships for your perspectives and inspiration. Thank you for all for everything. Sincerely, Cold Force friendly federal assassin Allen. Okay. P.S. Okay, now that all the sappy stuff is done, what the hell is the Secret Service doing? Sorry, gonna rant a bit here and drop the formal tone. Like, I expected security cameras at every bed, bugged hotel rooms, armed agents, every 10 feet metal detectors out the wazoo. What I got is nothing. No security, not in transport, not in hotel, not in the event. Like, that's one thing I immediately noticed walking into the hotel is a sense of arrogance. I walked in with multiple weapons, and not a single person here could consider the possibility that I could be a threat. The security at the event is all outside focus on protesters and current arrivals because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. Like, this level of incompetence is insane, and I very sincerely hope that is corrected by the time the country gets actually competent leadership again. Like, if I was an Iranian uh, agent instead of American citizen, I could have brought my deuce in here and no one would have noticed shit. Actually insane. Oh, if anyone is curious how doing something feel like this feels, it feels awful. I want to throw up. And then he says, "Can't really recommend it. Stay in school, kids." Well, this reads like a classic grievance manifesto, moral absolutism, selective rule. But his whole thing about the security situation in that is fucking insane because it is true. What if? How is that happening? Anyway, well, I do wonder if he's going to be arraigned or whatever tomorrow morning, Monday. And as we all saw with the Luigi situation and the Charlie Kirk situation, there will be people who celebrate this. And once again, we do not celebrate murder. Please stop trying to kill Donald Trump. Murder is bad, no matter who it is. I understand people like are like I and you know what? There's that poll that came out from YouGov that so 25% of Republicans say violence or against political people is good, same as Democrats. It's even, right? 25% of both political parties believe in it is okay to harm the other political party or whatever. And that number is rising every year. That is bad. Um, I got I've still the fact if I'm the Secret Service, right, and I'm like, "Wow, the incompetence of this," I would be so fucking angry at that because what the fuck happened here? Because like, wow, at all of this nonsense. It is truly amazing at because it's just like he's like, "Wow, no security." Because like, "Wow, really? Is that true?" Like, that you when you have and he's only he's gonna be like, that entire segment of the letter, holy shit. Anyway, my Euphoria podcast will for on episode 3, the wedding we've all been waiting for, will be right after Euphoria drops tonight. Well, right after Dens at 10 o'clock. Okay, there you go.